See that I switched up the angle a little bit, so now you see the same amount probably, but now you see it. What up, crew? Today we're going to be taking a look at the Queen Bee playing cards. These playing cards are created and distributed by Illusionist and printed by Cardamundi on their luxury pressed E7 stock. By quickly glancing and feeling the tuck case, you can tell that these cards are different than what we're used to with the United States Playing Card Company. So let's go ahead and take a closer look. The tuck case itself has a yellow matted type feel and color, and it's also much thicker than the tuck cases that we're used to, making it a lot more durable. On the front of the tuck case, looking up top, you can see that it says Queen Bee, and that's enclosed in some type of hive-like enclosure, if that's how you say it. And then right in the center, you can see the main logo of the Queen Bee deck, and I absolutely love how simple it looks and all the geometric shapes that go into it. It just looks absolutely beautiful. Then on the bottom, it says playing cards, and then you can see the Illusionist symbol. Looking at the back of the tuck case, our eyes directly come to the black and yellow that's there. The yellow is still that matted material that we talked about earlier, but the black is a nice type foil, which is actually debossed into the tuck case. So going through it actually gives you a nice little feel. And then you can also see that the Queen Bee herself is right there on the back of the tuck case. The top of the tuck case has that continued black and yellow design. And then on the bottom, again, we have black and yellow, but then we also have all the details about the playing card company, where the cards are manufactured and all that stuff, which I already covered. And then on the sides of the tuck case, you can see that kind of hive-like vibe that you kind of get with this whole deck. So I think the tuck case has been done really well and goes along with the whole theme of Queen Bee. Now that we've seen the outside of the hive, let's go in. Opening up the tuck case now, you can actually see there's a design on the flap. You can see the 4 suits, hearts, clubs, spades, and diamonds encapsulated in like a hive-like structure. And then right in the center, you see the crown of the Queen Bee. Taking the cards out of the tuck case now, our attention immediately comes right to the back of these playing cards. And I gotta say, they're done just so well. First thing is, it's a completely borderless design. Looks really neat that it doesn't feel like a normal borderless design. Usually borderless designs look more of a wallpaper type kind of deal, but this actually does look much nicer than what you'd expect. And then you see the accented, is that how you say it? You can see that 2 of the Queen Bees on the top left and the bottom right have an accent color, there we go, of yellow, which makes them really stand out and makes this whole thing just look so much more elevated. I can't even describe it, just looks artistically elevated. So now coming over to the 2 jokers, you can see that they're duplicate except one's in color and one is in black and white. It says Queen Bee up top, and it looks like 2 bees are sitting and talking to each other. I don't really know what's going on here, but they are the jokers, I know that much. Coming over to the add or extra cards next, the first one is a double backer, very nice, helpful, useful for card magic. And the other one is actually an information card which tells you the loss of bee colonies over the past couple of years and how Illusionist launched this deck to pledge a portion of all its profits from the bee deck for that cause. So definitely a great cause for this deck. Next, our attention comes right to the Ace of Spades. You can see that the spade symbol is right in the center, encapsulated within, I would say, a hexagon hive. And then right in the center, you see that Queen Bee looking very nice, fresh, minimalistic, and on the bottom right here it says Queen Bee playing cards. Now this is what I found to be very weird. If you look at the placement of the pips on these playing cards, it's just so weird. Like look at the 6 diamonds. What is that? So I'm just going to quickly run you through and show you all these designs. Now if you look closely on each card, a pip within that card has a cube on it, which I believe represents the hive. Compared to a regular bicycle deck, you can clearly see the differences between the pips and indices, along with the placement of those pips within that card. Looking over to the face cards next, you can see that they are 2 hexagons, one on top of the other, and the design on each of those cards, King, Queen, Jack, also look very unique, look quite nice. So let me run you through a couple of those as well. And once again, comparing the court cards to a regular bicycle deck, clear differences between the 2. And one last thing I'd like to note here, if you take a look at the Queen of Clubs, it's very similar to the queen that's drawn on the back of the tuck case, except this one just has a little bit more color, right? When I say a little bit more color, I mean a little bit more color. I think this was actually done really well. The only thing I was not a huge fan of is the placement of the pips. Like, I understand they're trying to go with some kind of theme, but it just looks very strange, especially to someone who hasn't seen these types of custom decks. Especially that 6. Oh, this 6 actually looks okay, but like, where's the other 6? What is this madness? What is that? But still, the design fits with the theme very well. For the handling, as I mentioned earlier, they are very nice. They're printed on the luxury pressed E7 stock by Cardamundi. So they handle very well. I'd say you could probably use these for card magic, card games, and even cardistry. Although I feel like the design isn't really meant for cardistry, but knock yourself out. As far as extras on this deck go, I already mentioned that it comes with a double backer. And I do love the entire customization that they did, starting with the tuck case, the feel, the thickness, all that stuff, and the overall design of the playing cards themselves. And I'm a huge fan of this borderless back, especially because of that one accent B. It just makes this whole thing just feel a lot more classier. So now that we've talked about all that, let's see where this deck would land on the CM rating scale. As far as the tuck case of this deck goes, I think they really did a great job. A really nice thick cardboard that they use. Love the minimalism design, and the debossed black foil adds a great touch. So definitely a 3 out of 3 for the tuck case. Coming over to the card design now, I think they really killed it with the back. Like I mentioned, I absolutely love that. But I do feel like the pip placement on the cards is very weird. Some of them go really well. Like I would say like the 3 is a bit weird. 4 of spades looks nice. 6 of spades looks nice, but there's some cards that are just so weird. Like, what is this with the 8 of spades? And like I showed earlier with the 6 of diamonds. So I don't know. This just feels very weird to me. So I think card design, I'd give a 2 out of 3. As far as the handling goes, we already discussed everything about that. Definitely very nice. I would probably give it a 2.5 out of 3 for handling. And as far as the extras go, I already mentioned how I loved what they did with the design, and I do like the cause it supports. So definitely a 1 out of 1 for extras. And that brings this deck to an overall CM rating of 8.5 out of 10. And guys, keep in mind, this is just my opinion. You may hate these cards, you may love these cards, but an 8.5 is exactly how I feel, I think. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you want to check out some more deck reviews, click on this playlist right here, and I'll see you there. Peace out.